Hi guys, just a quickie. I am just jumping on here because I've had some post arrive. I ordered a number of decks at the start of lockdown as a challenge to myself to learn tarot while we were in lockdown, which is a belated birthday and Christmas present shop to myself for probably the last 10 years of receiving nothing from people in my family and exes and stuff. So yeah, it's a delayed treat to myself. There's a couple of decks left outstanding that I was waiting on, and one has arrived today in the post, so I'm going to unbox it because I've forgotten what it is. Possibly the Guardian Tarot, which I'm still waiting on. Oh, it's so exciting. I love post. Right, let me concentrate. Oh, I was going to use my scissors, but they're my fabric scissors. Does anybody else open post like this? I don't understand people who open post calmly. I always leave my post looking like a pack of lions have tried to open it. And well, it's full of burgers or something. It is. It's the Guardian Tarot. I have been waiting for this one to come. And, oh, brilliant. Look, it's one of these boxes as well. These are the boxes that you can use in journaling. If you sew, use that as a spine to sew a junk journal in, and then you have a, oh, I picked a bit, woo, woo. You have a double door to use for journaling. I like these. I possibly should have opened it a bit more calmly. But yeah, oh, it's a lovely box. Look at that. Look at that picture on there. Let me take the. Ooh, that was a bit scary, leaning into the camera. Let me take the plastic off. Lilac ribbon. Sorry, that intake of breath was just for lilac ribbon. Look, lilac ribbon. And can you see? Hang on, let me see if I can get this phone to focus. Look at that lovely picture. The minute I saw the illustrations and the drawings and the artwork like that, I just thought, oh, I have got to get that deck in my collection. I think I'm going to love this. It says on the back, trees are guardians of our lives, but there is a drastic contrast between the living and the dead in nature and spirit. These disquieting yet beautiful 78 cards and guidebook identify a clear correlation of how humans exist within current times. We become less functional, depleted, and unable to connect with our personal happiness as we pull our nourishment from a depleted source. Oh, this is speaking to me already. These guardians will teach you that in a nourishing environment where your needs are met and supported by others, you grow stronger. Oh! Okay, wait. By bringing two entities together, trees and humans, you will journey along a path to unite and foster awareness of the importance between nature and yourself and promote your own personal development and joy. Find a nourishing environment and improve your life with the guardianship of trees. Made me well up. I haven't even opened the box yet. Oh gosh! This is going to be a doozy, I can feel it. Oh, honestly, does anybody else cry at the drop of a hat? I'm terrible for it. It's one of those boxes with the lid that stays up. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around. I am going to compose myself and stop crying. And I'm going to do a pop-up, just a quick unboxing walkthrough of my initial reaction. I've already cried once. We're not even 5 minutes in. There you go. Okay, so here we are with the beautiful Guardian Tarot that's just arrived. It's a beautiful box, as you can see. Good quality box. And it's one of these lift up lids, which I absolutely love. There's a little bit about the creator. Oh, let's just move my light a little bit so it's not in the way. There we go. There's a little bit about the creator on the front, Beth Seelanen, and a lovely booklet. So it's got colour illustrations in. Let me just move the box for a second. Colour illustrations in, and a little bit about each card in reverse and upright as well. Wands, so it's wands, swords are swords, cups are cups, and pentacles are pentacles. Oh, the Hanged Man is suspense, so that's different. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit, Strength, the Chariot, the Lovers, the Hierophant, Empress, High Priestess. So pretty standard for the major arcana, apart from the Hanged Man by the look of it. The Guardian Tarot originated from an experience in 2004 with my then 4-year-old son. As we were walking home from our daily stroll along a railroad track, he glanced over to see a tree standing in a small field. The stark, leafless limbs reached upwards, skeletal in appearance, while the trees that lined the edges were full of leaves. Noting the drastic difference between the trees, he asked what had happened to the tree. I gave him some scenarios as to why the tree may not have made it from the past year. One explanation happened to be on pollution, which led us to discussing where pollution came from, who created it, and so on. Later that night, I pondered our conversation as I watched the full moon rising above the field. The moonlight illuminated the drastic contrast of the living and dead. I was struck by how the branches looked like arms and hands reaching for something just beyond their gnarled fingertips, while the living trees, with their leaves shimmering under the moon, reflected little points of silver light, whispering softly as the wind danced around them. In that moment, the correlation of how humans exist within the current times became very clear. As we pull our nourishment from a depleted source, we too also become depleted. We wither under the effects, becoming less functional and unable to connect to our personal happiness and rejuvenation. When we find ourselves in a nourishing environment where our needs are met and supported by those around us, we grow stronger. By bringing the two entities together, trees and humans, the Guardian Tarot works to unite and foster awareness to the importance between nature and ourselves, promoting our own personal growth and journey. As the cards are laid out, there are 2 points of view that will affect each reading: the upright position and the reverse or upside down. The definitions for the upright and reversed are offered in each interpretation. Wow. Well, as a lover of nature, setting up a wildlife garden, and an avid voice for environmental issues, and also as a trauma survivor that lived within a very depleted landscape for a long time with no nourishment, this deck speaks to me on very profound levels and more than one. So I literally can't wait. Yeah, it's absolutely lovely. Okay, now let's have a look at these lovely cards. So there they are. Let's tip them out. Oh, look how lovely that is. Hang on, let me just... There we go, get the plastic off. So, first of all, we've got the backs. Oh my gosh. Fully reversible. Oh my gosh, I love those. Right then, let's walk through. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit more. Okay, I think that's about as good as I'm going to get it. So we've got the Fool. It looks like lots of elements there. You've got the Fire of the Sun. It looks like it's stepping out of waves. And you've got the barren branches. I can't wait to read the guidebook with these. But you've got a definite idea of leaping. the Magician. And you've got the keywords on each of them. Ah, there he is with his Ouija board. The High Priestess. I know that some people are put off by these empty-eyed faces, but there's just something about this imagery. From the second I saw it, it's one of those decks where you don't even get to the end of the majors and you're already on Amazon buying it. The Emperor. With its little treats protecting, balanced precariously on the edge of the cliff, in charge of it all. The Hierophant, with a human walking towards it. I take it that these figures are representative of us, and then with the tree guardians. My initial response is that we have got a lot to learn from nature, and this very small figure is coming towards the wonder of nature to learn something. The Lovers. The Chariot. With a sword. Ready for battle, because nature is in a battle at the moment. And with some rune symbols down his centre. Strength. So this looks like the barren tree that she saw that started it all off, with the leafy trees around the edge. Oh, I can't wait to read the guidebook. Let's just see what the guidebook says about this strength card. Strength. Strength has her roots deeply set into the earth, while a symbolic portal trellis arches overhead to connect to the moon to her inner intuition. She stands at the portal, ready to assist those who are to step from the mundane, pass through the arch and onto new adventures and potential with the rising sun. Oh, so it's like a portal going through to the landscape behind with the sun. Oh, I love it. The Hermit. Solitary and humble, the guardian that sits on the cliff's edge, lost in his thoughts, is unaware of another. His spirit animal, the eagle, glides upon the thermals overhead, keeping vigil. Oh, it's just so lovely. The Wheel of Fortune. Justice. The Hanged Man is suspended in this deck. It says, the guardian watches as his yellowed leaves are now ready to fall one by one. He is lost in a hypnotic trance, and the ripples dance upon the water's surface as each leaf hits the surface. His concept of time has been suspended. The Death card. Temperance. Oh, that is so beautiful. The Devil, just peeking out. The Tower card's really unusual. I just love that. I love it. There's something about this artwork. Oh, the star with the owl. That's so lovely. The guardian listens to an owl messenger on a clear winter's night. The owl offers sacred knowledge that may come in the form of dreams, interesting coincidences, or just seeming to know something without being told. It indicates dreams and wishes that one casts into the night. So the bit I've just read is this section of the book, but then you've also got how to interpret it in upright and reverse positions. So that's just the story bit that I've read out. So the guidebook has got a few sections to each card. The Moon, there's another animal in there. Beautiful song card, look at that. Judgment. Over the Graveyard. And the World. I wonder what these spirit shapes here are. The guardian watches as the pieces of the once collective social consciousness, no longer relevant, departs from our current reality, leaving behind a space for a new consciousness to emerge. Right, so it is mankind. This is us in the cards by the sounds of it. What I'm getting on initial reading and looking at the cards. And that's right, we are in a place where an old consciousness is dying away. There's definitely a shift happening. A much needed shift. we've got the Ace of Wands. There you go. I've just reset my camera because it was slipping. And the 2. And the 3. The 4 of Wands. Oh, that 5 of Wands is just gorgeous. The 6 of Wands. The 7. The 8. The 9. I love that 9 of Wands. Haven't us girls often use our fringe of our hair like that to hide behind and to use as protection? As this guardian makes his appearance, rest assured it is fine to be angry towards the situation at hand. Calm and icy cool leaves are presented to the world, whilst just under the surface the true emotions are swelling one into action. Ooh. So I'm yet to work out whether these cards completely follow a Rider-Waite system or whether these cards have got their own specific meanings in their own rights. I suspect this is going to be a standalone deck that only roughly follows the Rider-Waite. Like I say, this I've only just unboxed it. This is just a quick unboxing, flip through. Oh, look at these images though. Oh, look at that. The 2 of Swords. The 3 of Swords. So you've got a lot of birds in the swords, which would fit with the air. The 4 of Swords. The 5. Look at that. Sorrow. The 6 of Swords. The 7. The 9 of Swords. So definitely you can see the anxiety in there. And the 10 of Swords, everything's broken and finished. You've got the Page and the Knight. So these do follow Page, Knight, Queen and King, the court cards. Queen. Oh, fantastic. King of Swords. I call this my divorce mentality card because I had to embrace the King of Swords energy for my 5 years going through divorce court. And this is just my this sums it up for me, especially with the Crow in there, because I had to pull on the strength of the Morrigan an awful lot, because it isn't my nature to be in the King of Swords energy at all, and I lived there for 5 years, and it was working with the Morrigan that got me through that. So I love that. Now we're on to the Cups. Just lovely. The 2 of Cups. So you've got a tree with nature. The 3 of Cups. What does it say about that 3 of Cups? Why are they so wispy? Standing at the edge of a cliff, the expanse of the world set before the guardians reminds us that there are times when time spent with those who support us and celebrate our lives is exactly what we need. The 4 of Cups. And the 5. The 6. The 7 of Cups. And the 8. The 9. Do you know, all the meanings of these cards have just flown out of my head because I'm so sucked into the imagery of it all. I'm just loving these images so much. So this is an art appreciation flip through. So you've got the Page, Oh, look at the Knight. The Queen. And the King of Cups. Oh my goodness me, that's so lovely. Okay, now we're on to the last suit, the suit of Pentacles. Now, if any suit is going to be profound, it will be this one in this deck, because it's in the Pentacles that our connection to the earth and Mother Nature is at its height. So I love this, the Ace. It shows the responsibility we've got for Mother Earth and nurturing and bringing forth new life. The Two of Pentacles. The Three. The Four. They are such beautiful images. I am going to have to sit with this deck a while and work with the guidebook as well, and really sit with it, with what I know about the Rider-Waite system, and really get a connection. But for initial walkthrough, this is just beautiful. Okay, so I'm back from the front door. We have another socially distanced daddy picnic going on the drive. So I've just had a call to the front door. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to sit with the guidebook and make sure that I can read this deck with its really unusual imagery. But I just know the artwork itself and the idea of needing nourishment and needing to be in a place where nourishment feeds nourishment, and it's a wonderful cycle. All of that speaks absolute volumes to me. You know, getting back to working with nature, looking after Mother Earth, working with the goddess of Mother Earth is just really important to me. So the whole concept of this deck speaks to me on lots and lots of levels, hence the tears at the beginning when I opened it. I think it's like a real soul connection. I don't think it's going to be as easy as some to actually read with initially, but I think it's going to be well worth the work. Just look at that. It's going to be well worth the work of sitting with and getting this into my mind, into my soul. And I know already this is going to be an absolute favourite. Even if I find that it doesn't read as easily as others, I just know it's always going to remain a favourite. I mean, this is like a 78-piece art collection that has just come to me. It's like having an art gallery land in my lap. Very poignant. So I hope you enjoyed that. I thought that this deck is just wonderful. The cards are, oh, look at the backs. Yeah, I'm really excited to work with this. This is going to go on to one of my July focus decks because I just can't wait, basically, to work with. Oh my goodness. I do understand why some people are a bit freaked out by the eyeless figures. It doesn't freak me out. I actually just adore every image in here. I just love it. So yeah, really excited. That's the Guardian Tarot. My newest deck. It made me cry within about 3 minutes. I love it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.